Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. And for today's video I'm going to share out one team in the Little Cup which rotation have just started. And for the past couple of seasons we have got the Little Cup remix where Wynaut and Bronzor were banned, but this season they're again back with it. So I'm not a very not a high enthusiast player of this little Bronzor Cup, I call it, because nothing can actually hardwall Bronzong over here in total dominance. That is the reason I call it that Bronzong Cup. To which every time I have refused to use Bronzong over here in this meta. Rather, I used to actually always try to counter it. To which I'll do the same this time as well. Which I will be doing it with a team of Ducklett. With my Vulpix and my Shadow Stunky in the backline, which does have a good play against it as well. So moving into the first battle, I pick up a lead against Shadow Lileep over here, which is really tough to handle because it have got access to Grass Knot and neutral super equipped damage to flying and fire type, which is going to be the ancient power, which does land. But I'll be going for the next Brave Bird that already got out the first shield from my opponent's end, which I am fine with, and I'll be quickly safe swapping into my own Vulpix. So for the team combination, while I was creating the team, so I thought, yeah, Shadow Vulpix with good amount of damage, with good amount of fast move generation, like any generation from fast move, the weather ball pressure will be really good for Bronzong over here. But there is a certain flaw with that, so I'll be coming to that battle where you will be getting into a kind of confused state, or maybe in a wrong position over here, which you thought that, yeah, Vulpix is going to be a counter to Bronzong, but you will soon get the results on that. To which I draw out both the shields from my opponent's end with the Vulpix onto that Hooper, and whatever they are having in the backline is actually going to be weak to this Vulpix, which I think is going to be a Bronzong, but nevertheless, which ends up being a Stunky of their own. But since I was Iron Energy, I am fine with it because I can reach to the next Crunch over here, which will be doing radiant damage. But since it's going to be Little Cup, it's little HP as well, and getting me the win for the first battle. GG's. Moving on to the next battle, I pick up a lead against with my Ducklett against the Cottonee over here. I'm very happy that I'm facing that in the lead because my Stunky will absolutely get deleted by this Charms coming in, to which I'll be going for the first Bubble Beam bait, to which I got the shield. So since I got the shield, I'm very much happy to shield this move up, and they tried to catch one Brave Bird onto their own Bronzong over here, and I am here to resist it. I'm here to hard counter it rather with my own Stunky in this scenario. The Stunky with this bite, fast move of bite and crunch, really do well against this Bronzong over here. But since it's part poison as well, this confusion and this Psy Shock does add up quite well also. To which I'll be shielding up the next move, which is going to will not shield up, rather I'll let the next payback go through, which I could survive with a couple of HPs, and I'll be going for the next crunch that does get the knockout for the Bronzong over here. So I was able to handle Bronzong with my Shadow Stunky over here, and the final Pokemon they have got access to apart from their Cottonee is going to be their Ember Vulpix over here, to which this tried to snipe in with their Cottonee over here, which I do counter it because I caught the move onto my Ducklett over in this scenario, and now I have got a huge amount of loaded energy with my Vulpix, and I have got a shield to my name as well. They can let this start move go through, but nevertheless they cannot farm me down, and rather they cannot reach back-to-back moves with Ember also. So I'm in a good scenario right now because I'll be shielding up this next Body Slam. They snuck in one Ember through, but they does not have enough energy for back-to-back Body Slams right now, to which I'll be going for my next Body Slam, which will get the knockout for this Mirror Vulpix, getting the win for the battle here as well. So GG's to my friend, really well played. Moving to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against Wynaut over here. So this is the second problem that is there with this cup, because Wynaut And Bronzong are just too tanky for this cup. So they are so much attack weighted, so much defense weighted rather, that attack weighted Pokemons or maybe their counters does not have enough bulk to withstand resisted damage coming from them. So that is the core problem of this open little cup, that is the thing, because everything is allowed in this scenario. To which I went for the next Brave Bird to get this Wynaut very low, to which I can easily come back with my own Vulpix right now and get Hydro Energy after shielding once, which I am fine with, but I am in a kind of disadvantage because I don't have a shield to my name right now. And next they comes back in with their own Shelmet. So Shelmet is also a good pick for this cup. So apart from the flying and fire types, Shelmet can really perform well because of its bug typing in this cup also. But nevertheless, since I was Hydro Energy, I can get back one shield from my opponent's end with the Body Slam, and now I can easily go for the super effective Weather Ball to get a huge amount of super effective damage. But Shelmet is surprisingly tanky as well. So it's not a tank like Bronzong or Wynaut, but it's still kind of a really good tank because it can handle I think couple of body slams from the Mud Boys and super effective like weather balls also from this fire types as well. To which now I can easily go for the next bubble beam as they comes back in with their Bronzong, and the final Pokemon that I have access to is going to be its counter, which is going to be Stunky. And I did throw out the game over here with this move because I let the next heavy slam go through, which puts me really low. And now I'll be going for the next crunch over here that does get the shield, but since I'm very low, I do get the knockout down with the tackles over here, which ends up being a loss from my end, which is really bad play from my end. To which now picking up a lead against Bronzong over here with the Ducklett, which is going to be horrible. I'll be quickly safe swapping into my own Vulpix. To which now for my Vulpix, they have also got a kind of hard response because this Weather Ball and Body Slam both are neutral, like registered over here. To which I do get the first shield from my opponent's end with the first Weather Ball, which I am fine with, and that kinds of tell that something whatever they have in the back is actually going to be weak to maybe a fire type or I'm not sure. To which I'll be easily coming back with now my own Ducklett, and I can load up on energy, but again they comes back in with their own Bronzong over here, and the final Pokemon they have access to is going to be Lickitung. So Lickitung is also spicy pick over here. It's not of a meta pick because it's not that much tanky in this little cup because it's little, and to which I will be going for the next crunch onto this Bronzong over here. So Bronzong going for the crunch does draw out the final shield from my opponent's end, and since I don't have any shields remaining, I have to let this go, which ends up being a Psyshock. And with the defense drop, I thought, okay, since the defense is lowered right now onto the Bronzong, I thought I'll be going for the next Brave Bird that does not even knock it out from this kind of range. And again I did a fatal mistake over here, which ends up costing me the game because now my defense is dropped and I cannot take a Psyshock, which will get the knockout for me, and I end up losing back-to-back battles over here, which is not a great thing. So let's see if I can come back on the fifth battle over here onto this set. I'll be picking up a lead against Seel in this scenario. This Seel is actually using Ice Shard, so I'm very much happy that it does neutral damage, and Lick would have also done lethal damage, but nevertheless, since I'll be going for the back-to-back, like first we'll be going for back-to-back attack drops move, Bubble Beam and Ice Event. I can easily take in the first one. I'll be quickly safe swapping, and I will be going ahead on energy this time. To which I'll be shielding up the first Aqua Tail over here, so which is really good call from my end. And now they will be going for the next. The first shield actually, and now I'll be going for the next Body Slam. So next Body Slam does draw out both the shield from my opponent's side, which is really nice. And this is a tell that something they have in the back that will not be appreciating this Body Slam and weather ball spam, to which they had a Ducklett in the back, which was not something that I was expecting, because Ducklett can easily handle a Vulpix over here. But nevertheless, since my switch clock was back up, I tried to catch a resisted bubble beam onto my own Ducklett, but which they hold on to the energy and they will be going for the Brave Bird. But I'm fine with that as well, because I can easily come back with my Stunky over here, get the farm down onto this Ducklett, and they have got their own Vulpix into their backline, which is a thing which is a kind of tough. But since they are actually running Ember, this is not that. This is kind of doable as well, because I'll be going for some loaded extra energy, and I'll be going for the next Body Slam that does knock out the Vulpix from that kind of range. And since their Seel is energy dry because they threw the Aqua Tail, and now I'll be going for the next Body Slam that does knock out the Seel over here, getting the win for the battle for me after 2 losses, which is going to be really good. Moving on to the next matchup, I pick up a lead against Ducklett over here. So I'll be going for a CMP tie onto the bait, but they again win CMP. So I'm not sure what kind of Ducklett they are running, because my Ducklett is quite highly ranked onto the attack stat, because it's a 4. My attack stat over here is 4, which I'm not sure they might be running 10, 20, 30, anything. No, just kidding. So 15 is the highest attack that you can run, attack stat actually. But nevertheless, moving into the battle over here, I'll be easily coming back with my Stunky and getting the farm down onto this Ducklett. And now he's onto the, not the Ducklett, I think they come back in with their Bronzor. I actually missed it out. To which now, since I got the shield, I will be letting this next charge move go through, and I'll be relying on my own Vulpix over here, which with energy can perform really good. And let's see what the final Pokemon is going to be over here, to which they actually shields up onto their very low Ducklett over here. So that is going to be a tell that whatever they have in the back is actually going to be weak to fire, which is the case, and this is the battle that I was talking about. So it seems to me that I'm in a good scenario right now, but see how much damage does a super effective weather ball does to a Bronzor over here. So that's with a shadow bonus and an attack weighted Pokemon like Vulpix, with 2 super effective weather balls, it could even put it in the yellow health, not even in its red. So that much how bulky is Bronzor, and that is the reason I don't want to play this cup too much. But since only Master League and Little Cup is up, I have to go for it, because I'm out of Masters as well, because those XLs are very hard to grind, and I'm not in favor of that as well. Moving into the next battle, after that I'll be picking up a lead against, I forgot it once again. So I forgot it completely once again. So now I'll be coming back with my Vulpix, and I'll be trying to get in a hard farm down. So though I'll be taking neutral damage with this Crunch, Body Slam and Dragon Breath, it will add up, but Vulpix with energy is really scary, because how squishy this meta is and how hard Vulpix hits. So I'll be going for the first weather ball that does land onto the Shelmet, which does deal 50% of his health, and I'll be going for the next weather ball once again. So since the shield lit up, so I'll be going for my final shield over here, because I will be coming back with my own Stunky later to get the farm down on it. But nevertheless, I will be going for the next Body Slam that does draw out a knockout for the Shelmet, and they can easily come back with their final Pokemon, which ends up being a Bronzor, and they gave their shield to Weather Ball over here. And now I can easily come back, spam out this Bites and Crunch over here, getting a chunk of damage, and now they went for a Heavy Slam. But nevertheless, Heavy Slam will not be enough to stop my Stunky over here from this kind of range. Right now going for a Crunch that does knock out the Bronzor and get the win for the battle here as well. Moving into the final battle of the video, I pick up a lead against a tough lead once again against I forgot this name against a Deino over here. Yeah, so for Deino, I'll be shielding up the first body slam and I'll be faking the next Brave Bird. So I think this is the correct play. The last match which I played, I went for a straight Brave Bird, which is not a great thing. So now I'll be going for the first Bubble Beam bait, to which I get the shield, and now I will be going for the next Brave Bird that draws out both the shield from my opponent's end, which I am very much happy with. Because with shields down, my backline can handle a couple of Pokemons. If not, they are actually using very hard counters, to which I will be letting this next Body Slam go through, because I think with Deino in the front line, they will have a Bronzor in the back in the closure over here, to which they comes back with the second Pokemon that ends up being a Vullaby that will not appreciate this back-to-back Shadow Weather Balls coming in and getting the knockout, and the final Pokemon as expected is going to be a Bronzor over here. So Bronzor, since I'm up a shield, I will shield up this Heavy Slam, Payback, whatever be it, whether it be a Psyshock over here, I'll be shielding that up and I'll be going for the next Crunch, which will eventually get the knockout for this Bronzor and get the win for me for the final battle over here. And now I'll just pause the video for a few minutes and I'll just share my final thoughts and comments on this. So for this cup, I'm not a huge fan of it because how dominating Bronzor is into this cup. And if you see the rating, Bronzor is rated 99.5 and the second rating is Wynaut, which is 89.8. So that's the gap, and there is a dominance, pure dominance, which you can see in this meta over here with that rating difference as well. And even with the tackle buff, Bronzor is really scary right now in this cup. So tackle buff is actually adding up onto the counters that are usually countering it in this meta. So nevertheless, that will be all for this video, and see you again in the next one. Till then, peace.